Howdy folks, Borderlands here. Just a quick little video to help you out if you're one of the people like me who gets kind of annoyed that you have to watch those intro movies that happen when you run Borderlands 3. You know, the ones advertising AMD and all of that sort of stuff. And they're really loud. You can't really, if you like a quieter system, you can't really control that. And there's no way to get past them. You can't hit any key or anything to skip past those. Now what's happening in the background, of course, is while those are playing, it's actually loading the system, the game, and preparing it. So you can't really make that shorter, that duration shorter, but you can't avoid those videos, those loud, annoying videos. And one way to do that is to come in where you've installed the game. By default, and I think it's this way for most people, mine's on the C drive, we've got another drive for you, Program Files, Epic Games, Borderlands 3, Oak Game, Content, Movies, and you'll see a whole bunch of MP4s in here. Now the ones you're going to care about are, you're going to care about this one called 2K logo, AMD logo, GBX logo, and there's some other ones down there we'll talk about in a second. You don't want to delete these. But one thing you can do is rename them. I like to throw just an exclamation point in the beginning of it. It makes it not the name they're looking for, but it's here. It stays here, and it's right at the top of your list, so you can find it really quickly and change it back if you need to or want to. It doesn't interfere at all with the game when you do this. Some people have reported that it can screw up save games. I think that's just people who had a save game problem coincidentally happen, and they're just paranoid that this is what caused it. It isn't, trust me. Borderlands has been this way forever. You can rename these files to avoid the movies. Another one you might want to rename is Marcus Intro. This is the one where once you've created your first character, you have that long, very loud Marcus introduction to the game. Well, when you go to create a second or a third or a fourth character, you're going to have to watch that every time. There's no way to bypass it. But if you put rename it, put an exclamation point in the beginning there, you won't have to see that ever again. Now, there is a loading screen. I would recommend you leave this one. Now, this is the one. If we bring this up real fast, you can see this is the one I believe that has Claptrap moving across the screen. There's no sound at all. It's just Claptrap is kind of a progress bar. Leave that if I were you, because you have to have something. Because if you don't, you'll just have a black screen for however long it takes your game to initialize, which could take, depending on your system, several seconds to maybe even longer. I don't know. In my case, it takes about 15 seconds, 10, 15 seconds for it to load. So I like to have that. Actually, it takes 1.5 claptraps. So I can see it, since it's a 9-second video, it probably takes about 14 seconds or so for all my system to load. So you want to leave that there. You'll have a little bit of black at the beginning, just like you did before when you launched. If you're on a system like me where I'm on a magnetic hard drive as opposed to an SSD, don't ask. I have plenty of SSDs in my system, but yeah, don't ask. Okay, but it's loading off magnetic hard drive right now. But anyway, leave loading there, and it will give you the claptrap load. But rename the other ones. Like I said, I throw an exclamation point in the beginning. You can do whatever you want, but I throw them in there with just that way, so I can get to them quicker. These other ones you're welcome to look at, I guess, but I wouldn't get rid of these unless there's one of these that you don't want to have repeated. These are the actual cutscenes. If you don't like the cutscenes, you don't want to see them again next time you go through, then you could theoretically rename these. But anyway, that's it. All you have to do is launch the game, and everything should be fine. Like I said, don't delete them, because you'll probably want to get them back at some point. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.